Hi everyone, I'm going to continue the series of the famous Oriental Rabbonim, and here on Yud Zayin Tevet, the 17th of Tevet, it's going to be the yahrzeit, the Hilula of a great rabbi from Baghdad in Iraq. His name was Rabbi Salman Mutzafi. He was actually born in the English year 1900, to be precise, on January the 27th, and passed away on the 31st of December in the English year 1974. So we're talking about 49 years at the time of recording. Here we are in 2023. He became a great Kabbalist and was head of the Yeshiva later on. Well, after moving to Israel in Jerusalem, called Yeshivat, ציון. He was born in Baghdad, as I stated before, in Iraq. His father was Chacham ציון Mutzafi, and his mother was Rabbanit Farka, who was, they were from a great, had amazing lineage. He actually studied in the famous Yeshiva in Iraq called the Yeshivat Midrash Betzilka, which was headed by Hacham Abdallah Somech, who I've spoken about in previous videos before. And very interesting, he was a Talmid, a student of the famous Rabbi Yehuda Fataya, who was also a great Kabbalist from Iraq also. He was actually in contact, a friend of Rabbi Yaakov Chaim, who actually was a son of the famous Ben Ishchai, Hacham Yosef Chaim, who I've also mentioned about beforehand. And he actually became a certified shochet and also a mohel, and was working as a delegate inside Israel. Also had very prominent, in Iraq he had very prominent positions over there, and was also esteemed head Kabbalist. Also, later on, in the English year 1935, he was around 35 years old at the time. He actually moved with his family to the land of Israel and actually settled in the famous Boharim neighborhood. Had a very prosperous Sephardi Torah community, especially in the early 1900s in Israel. And he actually founded the Yeshiva in the year 1942, called the ציון Yeshiva in Jerusalem, which was actually near the Kever Rachel, Rachel's tomb, as we call it. Over there, they studied Kabbalah, Zohar, and many great Torah texts over there throughout that time. However, later on, when there was a time of the Second World War, when there was a War of the Independence, around the year 1948, the Yeshiva would actually move to the famous Makor Baruch neighborhood in Jerusalem also, which I believe I've spoken about before in previous things, which actually is based in the center of Jerusalem also. It's much can be said about the great Chacham. He was in fact, his son is actually the famous rabbi, and one head rabbis across the world, Rav Ben Tion Mutzafi also, which many people report the whole time. Great rabbi, giving hundreds, tens of thousands of lectures throughout within regards to different Torah topics. He passed away in the year 1974 and was actually buried in the portion, the Sephardic Rabbonim portion, in Har HaMenuchot in Jerusalem. This was in the year 1974, which in fact, also there's a name in the street called in Beit Vegan, the area in Jerusalem, actually named after him, and also in the city of Beitar Elit also. So his son, as I said before, was Chacham Ben Tion, is Chacham Ben Tion Mutzafi, one of the great Rosh Yeshiva, the current Rosh Yeshiva of Yeshivat B'nai Tzion also. And interesting also there's Rav Yehuda Mutzafi also, who was Rosh Yeshiva of the Minchat Yehuda. And also, very interesting that many great descendants actually descend from the great rabbi also. In fact, he wrote different colossal works, Chacham Salmon did, including a Hagaot on the Siddur of the Rashash, the famous Rashash, Rav Shalom Shirabi, the great rabbis. Also, Siftei Tzadikim also, which was on the Sefer Tehillim. Also a Perush on the Masechet Avot Gilat Kohelet. Also Kohelet is which many congregations would read during the festival of Sukkot also. Also another book he wrote was Orach Tzadikim also, which was comprising of different tefillot and bakashot. Also, and the Ha'elev Lacha Shlomo. This was Haga'ot Ubirim al Sefer Etz Chaim, the Sefer Nahar Shalom. Also, it was Barichut Banav Arab Ben Sion, I believe Chacham Ben Sion also wrote that. Also, he wrote many different things, and many different Torah works. Also, we could also add on to it. In fact, I've got his son Chacham Ben Sion Musafi's. I've got his Haggadah actually, which I bought I think 2 years ago when I was in Bnei Brak over Pesach also many different things. Also, there was much can be read about him online. He was one of the many great stories actually connected to the great Rabbi Salman Mutzafi. So I really suggest everyone to actually search him online. There's so much great things that can be said. Miracles actually performed in front of many people, in front of the rabbim, in front of many great people at that point. That actually happened throughout his history. And he actually came from Baghdad. Remember, I've done actually several videos over the last few weeks in regards to great rabbis from Iraq. Just in the last 2 weeks, this must be the third or fourth video also. So Yud Zayin Tevet is actually going to be his Hilula. It's only going to be, at the time of recording, only 2 days away. So please light candles in his memory. And remember, please smash a like on the button, share the videos to everybody. This is about the 130th or something approximately video I've done on the great Sephardi Chachamim of yesteryear also. And this is for sure one of the great rabbis also. He also was a Talmid, I believe, of Chacham Shaul HaKohen Dweck also, and also another great rabbi of the name Rabbi Yaakov Monisa or Monta. Also, if you want to, Yaakov Monasa, also another very great rabbi also.